Hi everyone, welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have a NMG League Season 7 match between Papi and Two Stop. On commentary today we have Spaces and Concision, and they will take it from here.
All right, welcome everybody. I'm Concision. With me today is Spaces, and we are here for the final match of the first round in the Eastern Palace Division for League Season 7. So
This
should
is
be a good
the
match.
this is the first round. I didn't realize no matches have been played yet, and that's really cool.
Well, it's the final pairing for the first round.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a very good race. I've been following both of these runners ever since they pretty much started NMG a couple of months back. Both have been making great progress, and they're going to put their skills to the test for all of us to enjoy today.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it should be starting soon. We have Two Stop has a personal best of 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 40 seconds, and Papi has a personal best of 1:38:47. So just a touch over a minute separating their PBs. I do know that Papi was on pace multiple splits for his qualifier run, so I think there's a chance, or we should see a very competitive race today.
Yeah, definitely some PB potential as well, because I've been seeing some screenshots of them being on pace up until the late game, and then something falling apart at the end, which is pretty common.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
common.
it should be really good.
Yep. So we're starting off with the escape sequence. We wake up and our uncle leaves and falls down a well, and so we are running after him to save him. In this, this segment really serves as the tutorial dungeon for the game. There's not too many places where we should see any huge time loss or time saves. The strategies at this level are not too complicated or involved, and I imagine both of our runners will be able to get through without too much in the way of disasters.
There is a difficult section at Zelda Cell that can be made much easier with various one pot or two pot strategies, and actually don't lose a lot of time. So like some of the difficulty of this section can be sort of tempered a little bit by just taking a safer strategy.
Yep. Speaking of which, we see both of our runners do up slash for that first key guard room. That's the safer but ever so slightly slower strat. Left slash is a little bit quicker, but up slash is much more common, even 10 minutes faster, I would say, on PB times. Coming up on the we have this guard, and then we have another guard that's guarding our boomerang chest.
And this can be a tricky
good
like
work
poke
by
spin.
both our runners.
Yeah, they both kill it.
It is. It's a little bit finicky on both positioning of Link and the timing of releasing the spin. So here we come on the ball and chains room. We'll see what strats that we see from both runners. I expect that we'll see a two pot strategy from Two Stop, and we do. We see two pot from both runners.
Beautiful.
Very safe race strategy for these runners. I'm not surprised at all. And we see that they are pretty much neck and neck.
We are rescuing Zelda from her cell, and she is showing us the way to go outside and start our adventure proper.
So at this point, we're really just backtracking through the rooms that we just did. Not a lot that can really go too right or too wrong here. But we're going to make our way to the throne room, and Zelda will help us push away a giant block, and then we will get into the sewers, which is really where I would say some of the RNG and the need for the runners to start reading that RNG really comes into play.
Yeah, definitely. This can be a tricky room sometimes, but both.
Yeah, these guard hallways can be a little tricky for sure.
Papi getting hit there, but still has 2 hearts, which is usually a good amount of health for escape.
Yeah, and there's a really cheap safety heart that can be picked up in the first room behind the throne room. We'll see if he grabs that. I wouldn't be surprised either way, to be honest. It's a couple dozen frames, basically, to pick it up.
Alright.
It would be right here. Nope. Going on
Papi?
2 hearts, which, as Space has said, is quite reasonable. So there's the snake avoidance room that 2Stop just made his way through. And so did Papi. Oh, Papi got a little bit of trouble with those snakes, but not too much.
All right, making our way past the like flooded rooms, I guess, in the sewers.
Okay, 2Stop grabbing the key from the key rat.
He's got the key.
Got pretty poor patterns.
The sound effect got canceled, I suppose, because I didn't hear it either, and he went back to get the key that he already had.
Really, I thought that he missed it actually. Okay.
Yeah, no, I saw it, and he was walking back left to go get it. But I think you know how
the
like
sound effect can get canceled for sure.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, both runners are through with the escape segment. We get to hear a little spiel from this priest or whatever, who will send us on our way. And this is where we will grab the first true, I guess, safety in the run. We will grab a full heart container from this chest, which is referred to as the sanctuary heart, and it is the best safety in the game.
Absolutely. And it also has an additional property of giving you a full heal, which is not like the other full hearts in the game. All right. Both runners going high on this screen, which is good because it manipulates that guard RNG to be able to just walk right past them.
All right, coming up on the Octorok field. Some reads here, but really you just want to make your way through as quick as you can.
A little dicey for Papi.
Yeah. Well, 2Stop getting beat around as well.
Yeah, honestly, Eastern Overworld screen is probably, I don't know, the most difficult screen at this point, I would say. I don't know.
Yeah, the most difficult screen that we've seen so far. And it's also one of those screens where when you're at this level, it can feel a little bit silly to go and really workshop it because there's so many more important places to be spending time.
Yeah, for sure.
But here we go. We enter Eastern Palace. I don't think either of our runners will be grabbing
the 100
nope. rupees. No, I believe Papi grabs 1 bottle. At least he did in his PB video.
Gotcha.
But nobody grabbed the 100 rupees there, so nobody will be grabbing 2 bottles.
And 2Stop is powder only, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That is correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, in terms of safeties in the run, Two Stop, as mentioned, grabs Mushroom and then Powder. And then Poppy grabs, as I said, I believe, one bottle, the net, Powder, and gold sword and silver arrows. So we'll see quite a bit of divergence throughout the middle to late end of the run. And we'll try and keep you aware of what time both runners have basically owe each other at that point. So Two Stop coming up, really both runners, coming up after this long hallway to the left on one of the first real skips of the game. You can damage boost through this ring of anti-fairies, hit a switch, and then avoid needing to kill all the enemies in this room. Very nicely done by Two Stop. Poppy with a little bit of trouble, but gets it with just spending, I think, one additional heart than optimal. Which, again, with Sanctuary Heart, makes that not so much of a problem. So we're grabbing our bow now, which is the dungeon item for this dungeon, but will be very important throughout really the entire run.
Yep, it is used frequently all the way to Ganon's Tower. Very nice keys from the Igors, from both runners.
So far, both runners playing very well in this dungeon. So we don't have the boots yet. There's not a lot of, I mean, we can't do any dashing. So this dungeon really has a bunch of rooms that have sort of just like small tricks in them. And it can be easy to mess up and have a disaster here. But our runners so far have handled everything really well.
Yeah, you just pretty much don't want your run to die.
It's exactly.
Alright, it's looking good so far.
And a clean Armos quick kill for Two Stop. And we'll see that same fight on Poppy's screen.
I think a little high. No?
Just fine.
Okay, just fine.
You have
you
have a pretty decent window there with their hitboxes. So we see Poppy ends up turning one of them red into their enraged mode. That happens with only one left. Two Stop canceled that by having 2 arrows into one of them when it became the last one, and then basically canceled the enraged phase by killing it before it could complete the enragement or whatever. So now Two Stop is visiting Saha and getting the boots, which is the best item in the game, which will let us dash around and do things a lot faster from here on out.
Thank you, Saha.
I believe both runners will be grabbing Saha rupees today, and probably the bombs as well. So we need 110 rupees to get into Palace of Darkness in about 3 segments. So yes, both runners grabbing these rupees. This is 100 rupees here. If you don't grab these, you need to find the rupees from doing tree pulls generally.
I think Two Stop had a why am I walking moment. Forgot the spin speed, which Poppy does execute and runs through the screen really quickly.
Yep, I think it's really one of our first minor glitches that we've seen so far.
Yeah, for sure.
If you spin and then press the dash button a single frame after you release the spin, you can arm spin speed. If you step on and off of some stairs, you then get to move at dash speed without having to move in a straight line, basically. Two Stop goes for unholy spin speed and gets it. It's a spin speed where if you mess it up even once, you've lost time.
I love it.
Poppy taking the safer dash lines here. The spin speed on the way back, which funny enough Two Stop doesn't get, is considered a bit safer because you're already walking down those stairs anyway. So you really kind of have 2 tries at it to still save time.
Yeah.
Poppy will try for this one. He gets it.
getting the spin speeds today. It can be a
Always a
very
good sign.
finicky trick.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, shooting baskets in a warm up for like a basketball game, where if you can make those, like, you really feel like the run is going to be like, on, right? You're like,
Yeah.
I got this.
Mm-hmm.
It's that heat check effect.
All right, it's time to get some sand in our boots.
All right, I noticed that Poppy didn't grab a bottle now, so it's possible that he's dropped the bottle. It's also possible that he grabs it later in maybe the Thieves Town split when you're going to Kakariko Village anyway. So Desert is the first dungeon after we get the boots, and so it's has a lot of long hallways that we can dash through, which is nice. Lots of the dungeons in this game are like sort of clearly laid out in a way that lets you use or learn to use the item that you get either in that dungeon or the previous one. We saw that we needed the bow a lot in Eastern, and there's a lot of really good places for dashing in Desert. Good read on cannonballs by Two Stop.
Yeah, Cannonball Room teaching you that you just can't run everywhere. Be careful.
True. Good read by Poppy as well. A little early on that redash to get the clean dash through on the way back. You want to walk down to about where the sand starts on that pattern. So we're grabbing plenty of arrow pots throughout this dungeon because the boss is going to be the second boss that we kill with the bow and arrow. And we don't want to rely on enemy drops or anything like that for our arrows. But both runners have a very healthy number of arrows. 27 and 28 is quite good.
To stop in the back of Desert. Just a final couple of rooms before we face the boss. I think these rooms are kind of underrated. I have a great time when I execute them correctly.
They are certainly fun rooms.
But they can fall apart if not.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Two Stop will grab the safety hearts here. With a torches time of 5:55 in the Desert split. Poppy with a torches time of 5:45. So making up a little bit of time in this split is Poppy.
Here we go.
So this is the Lammo fight. It's very difficult to do quickly. There's no, quote-unquote quick kill. It's all about really reading the RNGs, being familiar with how the Lammos move, and just experience and practice. A very good fight from Two Stop.
Yeah, that's definitely acceptable. Alright, and Poppy cleans up the last Lammo. Not too far behind.
Nope, not too far behind. Two Stop going for the Sandman dash here, which is
Love that he does this.
Bit...
He kills it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit advanced for this level.
Yeah, Poppy taking the safer
more
dash.
traditional dash line, or not traditional, safer dash line for sure.
Yeah.
Both runners are now attempting, well, rather I think both runners will, but this is our next minor glitch, which is the fake flippers glitch, where we can trick the game into letting us swim even though we haven't received the flippers yet.
Two Stop with a beautiful swim, to be honest.
Yes, good swim. Both runners losing some health to that. I forget what it's called. Sparky jelly thing.
Oh man! If you hadn't asked.
Thank you, DoomTap. Yes, the pickle.
Pickle, yeah, of course.
Yep. Two Stop. I just realized use the menu to boomerang after the Lambo fight. Could have used that to stun the pickle, but it's a quick read you have to make because you're dashing. All right, we'll see how the mountain treats our runners today. This screen can take a lot of life from you for essentially no reason at all.
Got the spin speed off. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
Timing. Nice juke.
Alright, let's see how the mountain treats Poppy. Did we get the quick warp there?
We did, yes. That was
so.
Pretty much optimal movement, I think, into the quick warp pixel.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Alright, everything's fine.
Yeah, there is a lot of variance on the mountain. With the cabbages and the dead rocks, it's a lot to pay attention to, and plus you're in the spin speed state, hopefully, and you're moving so quickly it's hard to control. It can be a lot.
Very nice menu from Poppy to line up that quick warp as well. I don't usually see the menu there anymore. Or wait, do I? I don't know. But
the menu to mirror.
Yeah, I guess I do see that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right, so in the tower room, this is essentially the closest thing we have to an auto scroller in this. Well, no, I guess Turtle Rock has some auto scrollers too, but we just have to wait here for these tiles to run out. Poppy uses a bomb to give himself a coffee break. If you stand on the pegs, the blue pegs there, the tiles can't get to you, and you have the added benefit of in the next room, you don't need to hit the switch and get mugged by the worms like Two Stop did.
All right, hardest room in the light world, right here. This is why.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those rooms that can sort of go off the rails. Two Stop's not in much danger of dying. He's gonna grab that heart, but
yeah, for sure.
It's much slower than he would like to see that room. It's one of those rooms where you have a pattern, and if you follow it, it goes fast, and if you don't, things just tend to go wrong. Poppy using a safer strat, but I think gets out of there faster because of it. All right, this is our first bomb jump of the game, and this was a pretty punishing one to miss. It looks like Two Stop got the lineup, but we bomb jump here to save ourselves a couple of screen transitions, maybe.
Okay. We do have the safety hearts coming up.
I didn't realize which runners hit the switch.
They both did.
Gotcha.
They
which
both
is
got
very
the bomb
smart
jump.
in a race.
Yep.
Poppy using the dash slash launch setup for the bomb jump widens the number of pixels that you get from 2 to 6, I believe. And Two Stop in the mold run fight.
This is the most fun and fair fight of the game.
I mean, most of the time when I mess it up, I can like recognize that
Point
it's
at yourself, yeah.
exactly. But man,
Yeah.
it sure doesn't feel that way in the moment. But good fight from Two Stomp. Let's see how
Great fight.
Papi handles it. Oh,
We take a fall, which is honestly pretty common, and it doesn't necessarily mean you won't PB, because I've
it's true.
probably fallen to Mordorm twice in a PB attempt.
Yep. Yeah, getting hit out of his dash, I think, threw him off the ledge. Maybe he wasn't holding left after that. I'm not sure.
Well,
I think spins are
they're dangerous.
Really a trap if Moldorm is anywhere except for that like upper left-hand corner where you can't really hit him. Because like the spins kind of shoot you away in a weird way, and it's kind of hard to react.
Yeah, definitely playing more defensively. I don't think it's really like benefiting him as much as he would like. But it's just a thing that the more you get comfortable with it, the more you're cool with like getting way up into Moldorm's face.
Yeah, learning his movement patterns. He like beelines for you, and then he spends some time not beelining for you, and learning what that pattern looks like is good. But we get through. Meanwhile, Two Stop making his way through the Lost Woods, just about ready to pick up the Master Sword. And we get it. So both runners not needing to stop for tree rupees. Those are usually those tree pulls are done during this little segment, walking through or dashing through the Lost Woods. Papi getting bullied by...
No? Okay.
Okay. By the Dead Rock here.
Maybe a little tilted from the two Moldorm falls.
Yeah, easy to get frustrated from that fight, but
yeah, shake it off and let's keep
in a race
trucking.
situation, you just have to shake those things off, and you have to assume that your opponent is gonna have some parts of their run they're not gonna like.
Two Stop making his way back to Hyrule Castle to fight the final boss of the game, Aghanim.
I'm sure I'm not the only one that the first time that I played this game, I thought maybe I was about to finish it at this point. I was like, wow, I have the Master Sword.
Suspicious. I was a little suspicious of the whole other world that I popped into for a second, but I thought I
definitely wasn't thinking that hard about it.
I will say, according to Two Stop Splits, golded Hera by 2.5 seconds, and we're a minute and about 10 seconds ahead from PB.
Yeah, Two Stop is definitely due a PB. He's been on pace quite a few times and has something go wrong late game. So we'll see what happens here. Using the dinner bell strat for the entrance guards. Good safe strat.
I'm gonna get it, boys.
And excellent prize pack guards kill. You want to kill those guards with a dash. When you kill enemies with a dash, they do not drop prizes or drops. The way that the drops work in this game is certain enemies are part of a certain prize pack, and what they drop is every time that you kill an enemy has a 50-50 chance of dropping something, and that something will be just the next drop in the list, and it's just a list that just repeats itself. For that prize pack, the second drop is a fairy, and we want to see that fairy in Turtle Rock. Both runners are getting powder, so honestly it's not a huge deal if they don't maintain the prize pack, because they'll have powder. But it is a really good practice to get into for when you eventually drop powder.
Yeah, and it's still nice for people who still main powder, because getting that fairy right before chomps is pretty nice.
Yeah, getting the fairy before chomps as opposed to after chomps is definitely pretty huge. Alright, a nice spear guards room from Two Stop. We're seeing a lot of safe strats from both runners, and they're both doing a pretty good job of executing them.
Beautiful circle of pods.
Yep. More dinner bell from Poppy. Once again, well done. Also maintains the prize pack. Ooh, nice diagonal boom from 2-stop.
Yep.
Actually saves a couple frames in this room, I believe, or maybe it's the previous one, but you have like slightly less lag getting that guard off the screen. Or like off the map, rather. And so here we enter, or we will soon be entering the Aghanim fight, which is really our first huge source of RNG, time loss, or time save. We have to hit a certain number of energy balls back at Aghanim, and every cycle here, he will shoot either an energy ball or a blue ball that we break up into pieces. The energy balls we get credit for, and the blue balls that break up, we don't. We have 0 control over this. So that's a blue ball. It does not advance 2-stop's goals at all. That's 2
This
blue
could be
balls.
where Poppy could catch up a little bit, to be honest.
It could be. Blue balls are can be an equalizer in a race, or they really can tilt things even more. You just really never know. It's all RNG. I believe.
What is that, 4 or 3? 3?
I believe it's 3. If I'm wrong, chat will tell me. I believe that's 4. I believe
Here
that's
we
5.
go. Strap in. Me and Beer's race had both had 7, so it was a
that's
beautiful
fine.
moment for both of us.
Okay, I believe this is the final. Okay, 6 blue balls. I think we're looking at 7 for 2-stop. That's
it has to be 7. Gotcha.
Yes. The first shot after a lightning cycle is always an energy ball. So we are looking at 7 blue balls for 2-stop.
Versus some number. And here we are entering the dark world where everything hits harder and Sank Heart does matter. Things get significantly more difficult after the Aga-1 fight. So
Yeah,
this is
there's
a true test
large
of the gamer's
difficulty,
skills.
spike, and we'll definitely see it even in the overworld. Hopefully, both runners make it to pod unscathed, but it's not a guarantee. Alright, I believe that's 2 blue balls for Poppy, but
Yeah.
yep. And 2-stop lost a heart somewhere that I didn't notice. So this is where we will pick up Kiki the monkey, who will extort us for 110 rupees.
Thank you,
Alright,
Kiki.
losing 1 heart in that overworld is not huge. Losing, I don't know, 2 or 3 starts to be... I think if you've lost 3 by the time you get to the bomb jump, you're not having a good time.
No.
1 we can pick back up when we get the hearts later.
The boss of this dungeon hits really hard, and everything wants to kill you on the way. So
Two stop just barely getting the quick hop there before the fireball would have hit him. Right, we got some nice guard RNG on Poppy's side. That guard can be a nuisance. You need to work around him if he's there. Okay, two stop down 2 hearts. I do not think he's going to be happy with himself after that one.
He shook his head and he smiled, so there's good attitude.
Yeah.
Poppy making his way into pod.
Grabbing the bomb to refill himself after taking the coffee break in Hera. Two stop now, heading to the back to do another pretty large skip. This is the hammer yump, or not. I mean, not that, but we're coming up on it, which is a double pixel perfect bomb jump that saves us 40 seconds, somewhere around there.
Something like that, yeah.
So he's using mini buffers here to try to line up the pixel where the bomb needs to be placed.
It's hard to explain on the fly, but there's a visual cue of knowing where to place the bomb and then where to stand after placing the bomb.
Exactly.
And he's 1 pixel too low right now.
That's it. Do it though. Yep. You can take quite a bit of time to set that up and still save time.
Over the non-glitchy route, yeah.
Yeah. Being down 3 hearts here is really as many as you want to be down, which is really good that he did not get hit by that fireball. You get 3 hearts in the next room here. Optimally, you just grab 1, but you have the opportunity to grab 3 here. And you really want to have beams for the back half of this dungeon.
Poppy did it. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying Poppy advancing the fairy prize pack by 1. I think the next one is the fairy, right?
The next one is the fairy, yes.
Okay.
So it's perfectly fine to advance into the heart. It's very normal. It's a 50-50. To stop grabbing some extra arrows here.
Oh no.
I assume because he lost beams.
So he's basically playing as if he never grabbed Sankheart.
Helmasaur does 2 hearts of damage per hit, so unfortunately having 6 hearts here means that he'll only have 2 hits to play with. The 3rd hit will kill him. If he had the full 7 hearts, then he would have 3 hits to play with. So it's a pretty big loss losing even 1 heart going into this fight. Poppy entering the Mimic's room. Nice, safe kill there.
Yeah, sometimes just making it out of that room damageless.
With beams?
Yeah.
It's huge.
That's the thing about this game, and I assume about a lot of speed games is the domino effect of like good things and the domino effect of bad things.
Once a bad thing happens, lots of times you're in territory that you haven't practiced.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't practice bad things.
You probably should.
This is the Helmasaur fight.
Looking very friendly.
Yes.
And done.
Nice pattern. I don't think
no
there were
fireballs,
right?
Yep.
Yeah. Poppy getting some slightly bad luck here on the turtles room. In my opinion, you should clean up the room as normal and then come back for any that walk down. It helps normalize the movement of the room, and I don't really think it's ever slower than trying to like grab bottom turtles that walk away before you go back to the top.
Yeah. All right, let's see how Helma plays with Poppy. So
Poppy not trying to set up spin speed Helma, so I expect that we'll see some sword slashes in phase 2 instead of hammer hits. When you prime spin speed here, you get, I believe it's just 1 extra pixel of reach, but it may be 2 with your hammer. So we're going to see 8, and we already saw them, 8.
No
8
fireballs
slashes.
as well, right?
Yep, another friendly pattern. And this is a big choke point for a lot of runs at this point. And so getting past it is really good.
Yeah, I would say the run gets easier for a little bit. I
would
think
agree with
Moth is can be really easy or just stupidly difficult.
Yeah,
But
do stop having a little trouble with the maze here, but he makes his way out.
hard to see in there.
It's true. Yeah, I would agree. I think that Thieves is a little bit easier even than Pod. Oof,
Yeah, for sure.
We made it somehow without losing any hearts in that screen.
I love this screen. See how it goes. Beautiful.
All right. Great. Hammer dash to knock down 3 pegs in a row. Yeah, I would say that we get to another difficulty spike around Ice Palace. And then maybe the final one. I mean, it just really ramps up from there, to be honest. But
yeah, for sure.
I would say that in general, Thieves and Skullwoods are a little bit of a breath of fresh air after Pod.
Yeah. I feel it the most emotionally when I get to Ice, for sure. And then Swamp sort of makes things a little easier, and then it's just stress for the rest of the game. The 2-dig.
Right. The 2-dig RNG from 2-stop. That's not actually RNG. Just missed the pixel.
I believe both runners are going to be collecting powder. Let's see if Poppy additionally gets... because you can totally mirror in Village of Outcasts and do like your quote-unquote early game bottle shopping.
Oh, yes. No, so I do believe that we'll see some big divergence here, because I am pretty sure that Poppy does long Thieves shopping.
Gotcha. Oh, got you.
Yeah. So I believe, if nothing has changed since his qualifier run, which was just a couple weeks ago, that he will be grabbing Ether from the mountain, Ice Rod from Ice Rod Cave, and powder before advancing into Thieves Town.
Okay.
The reasoning for this is that when we get powder, we can stop by the potion shop for a free sample of the healing potion. So any hearts that we lose during these errands.
Yep. Okay.
And we're grabbing the bottle here. Okay.
Yep.
So this is a late game safety, I guess, for Poppy. I
don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. I never personally did this because for me, the bottle's biggest use was Helmosaur.
Yep.
But it's also very useful in places like Turtle Rock and GT. So I totally get it. But by the time that I was ready to drop the bottle, it was because my Helmosaur fight was finally good enough.
Where are we collecting fairies then?
I believe just
powdering
using
them?
powder. Yeah.
Okay. You could get one on the mountain from the Bonk Rocks, I guess.
True. You mean in the Turtle Rock split?
Yeah, in the TR split, yeah.
So, 2-stop entering the warp at 42:34. And we will see now Poppy running quite a few errands, which will, in some ways, put him ahead of 2-stop in terms of game progression. But it will look, when he flies back to Kakariko, it will look like he is quite far behind.
Unfortunately,
so
not
really
getting
hard
the
to
spin
set up
speed.
that spin speed and not finding it. As we said, it's quite the finicky trick. Meanwhile, 2-stop beelining right for this chest that has the big key for the dungeon. Thieves Town has a decent number of enemies that can do a bit of damage to you. So you need to be a little bit careful, but it should not be a very dangerous place to be. Coming up on Two Stop's side is the Thieves Town Hellway. He did not get the God Pixel, so he'll have to line up 2 dashes, and beautifully done. That's about as good as you can ask for that screen to be when you don't get, quote-unquote, the pixel.
Yeah, for sure. And even if you get the pixel, sometimes you can get bad RNG.
Very true. This dungeon has an...
Oh, that sucks. That's okay, though.
Those grasshoppers hurt. This dungeon has a pretty unique twist to it, where we need to do some like environmental something to progress the like dungeons plot. We have to bomb that hole in the roof to let some sun into the basement for later, or I guess the main floor for later. Maybe it's the basement. I don't know.
That's what the powder is for.
Yep. So that is a very comfy anti-fairy. If you leave that top room there, the anti-fairy just like kind of walks right into where you're going to be. You can powder it and heal. So meanwhile, Poppy's finished up really pretty close to all the shopping he'll have to do for the rest of the game. He'll still need flippers. But otherwise, it'll just be dungeon diving. Oh, and Poppy, pretty sure, will get gold sword and silver arrows. But beyond that, he's done a lot of his shopping. So Two Stop grabbing the mitts here, which really just opens up some of the map for us. Doesn't do anything super exciting. Some good reads there. I don't know if he needed to beam that jelly, but he was nervous about it, and he had beam, so I don't think it hurt. I don't think he was close enough to get punished. So
As you may know,
go ahead, Spaces.
This is a scripted fight, and so far, Two Stop is executing the script perfectly. This is kind of why we say, even if you get beat up in Thebes, if you're comfortable with this fight, you know, you come in here with 2 hearts, you know you're not going to get hit if you're comfortable with this fight. So you attack it in the same way every time, and blind will move the same way every time. Once you mess up, it goes off the rails, though.
Yeah, the idea is blind's actions are based on essentially your position and the time that it has been since you last damaged blind. So if you can hold your sword out like Two Stop was doing and damage blind on the first frame that blind is vulnerable each hit, then it will always be exactly the same. And yes, that was a very nice blind fight.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Poppy got the God Pixel and then got punished for it.
I think he was a little off.
He was? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he was a little too far. I think he would have got it. I think he held left out of the door, which prevented him from getting it, to be honest.
Got you, yeah.
All right, Two Stop taking some collateral damage from his bomb there.
I still do that.
All right, using a menu to read the RNG in the attic here. Well done by Poppy. So Two Stop is rescuing the Smith from the Dark World. We are going to use him to temper our sword, which will give Two Stop his final sword upgrade of the game. It essentially doubles the power of our... I think it doubles the power of our sword. Is that right?
It does, yeah.
I actually don't
Every
know
sword upgrade is double of the last one.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not strictly required, but over the course of the run, it saves time, both against bosses throughout the run, And really importantly, in the Ganon fight later, it saves a lot of time. All right, Poppy grabbing some safety hearts here, totally reasonable. Very cheap. You stop going for spin speed, not getting it.
See if
We'll
we
see
get
if we get a fin stash.
I don't think so. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
A more important dash, I don't think that Two-Stop is familiar with, is coming up.
I don't think he knows the lore.
Yeah. Sorry, no muffins for breakfast today.
That's right. Is that a bonk? No. Okay. He knows. Okay. That's a bonk.
Yeah.
All right, we have the blind fight on Poppy's side now. I think
So
we're
far, so
already
good.
off a little bit on phase one.
Don't.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we are. We are.
So that's just the difference, I believe, of just 1 or 2 frames.
Yep.
Of like being like off the strips.
Completely changing the fight. You see it taking so much consequential damage because of that.
Yep. Two-Stop working through one of the worst rooms in the Dark World, I would say, the mummy room.
Woo!
And
Sorry.
he knows about the
Yeah, for
fairy up
sure.
here. Oh,
It's okay.
That is not what you want to see. But this is a relatively cheap death. He
Yeah,
just
just have to do
respawns
mummies
back
again.
in the mummy room. It's some good practice. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, this is. I've switched to maining boom here.
I think it is very reasonable to just main the boomerang here for a long time. It's one of those rooms where by the time you realize it's gone off the rails, it's gone off the rails.
Yeah.
And it is quite comfy if you boomerang the mummies. It stuns them.
Poppy taking a safe strat for the bomb wall hut. Just plop the bomb right in front of the door. It works every time.
Yeah, Doom Tap. I think that's one of those things that works better even when you're more experienced, but when you're first starting out, especially like Two-Stop, it can be hard to know when something's gone wrong and when you need to switch. And I think just maining the boomerang is very, very fine for quite a while.
Wait, what happened? Why
I
didn't you
am
get the
not
bomb
sure
jump?
what happens. I'm guessing pit state.
Was it
right,
iframes?
Doom Tap?
I think it was iframes from his failed one.
Probably, yeah.
It was
the blue
rupee.
rupee?
Oh, wow, okay. So, yeah, it's a bunch of Ancilla stuff that I'm not qualified to talk about.
Yeah. Anyway, Two-Stop has a fire rod working his way towards the back of Stolwoods. Poppy tempering his sword.
Oh, don't forget the key, homie.
Did he forget the key?
He did.
But
it's okay. He remembered that he forgot.
Very good. That's huge. All right, having to do an unfamiliar menu.
Poppy collecting his tempered sword.
I wonder if he forgot the menu and then that threw him off.
Maybe, like the menu to Foul Rod there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A really nice mummy hellway from Two-Stop.
Love it. All right, let's see how this goes.
Okay.
Oh, the double powder.
I wasn't
strat.
worried.
That's yeah. Having beams in this room kind of, I don't know,
it's
can
kind
make
of
that
not
spike
great.
janky.
Two-Stop with the presence of mind to not kill that mini Moldorm. That is
Mini
also
Helma.
Sorry, yes, mini Helma.
Mhm.
That's also in the prize pack that we want to preserve.
Great.
Beautiful
moth kill.
moth fight from Two-Stop. Only one spike moves, so you know it was very fast. All right, we have the mummy room on Poppy's side. We'll see what we see here. This looks like it. Well, hopefully it's. Oh boy.
Yeah, when he gets up there, it's pretty.
Okay. No. Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
We're fine. We're making it. It's a hard room, guys. It really is.
We'll see if Poppy is going to powder here. He does. This makes sense. Losing, being down 4 hearts here. Probably not ideal when you have the bomb jump coming up.
Poppy could also ether. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is an interesting point that I hadn't considered. I guess you'll still have enough magic for Hellway.
I would think so.
Yeah, same. All right, another bonk set up for the bomb jump. Works just fine. And we see Two Stop is making his way now towards the Catfish to get the Quake Medallion, and Zora's Domain to get the Flippers. We need the Flippers to do Swamp Palace, which is not the next dungeon, but the one after that. But now is the best time to grab it.
Oh, I think he would have been okay if he didn't cancel the dash.
You probably just should never cancel it if you're going for the walk dash. That seems like a really bad idea.
So Two Stop going to have a more difficult time in Ice Palace because there's no
down
way
4
he can
hearts
get
is not what you want to see here. Okay, so
Yeah.
he knows about some of these 50-50 hearts. He got lucky on that one. The rock after the warp is also a 50-50 heart. We'll see if he remembers that one. Meanwhile, we have Poppy coming up on Moth Fight as well. He gets the key. Okay, he chooses not to go for the other 50-50 heart. Or doesn't remember. Let's see what the Moth kill looks like on Poppy's side. Do not believe we got the double hit. There we go. Not a bad fight.
Not a bad fight. We are in Zora's Domain, which in later games has a significant upgrade, but it is still filled with water and places where we can't swim right now until we get these.
It's a really tricky screen to navigate properly and get good dash lines.
The borders are shallow and deep water are kind of obscured sometimes.
The reason why it's so difficult really is that you can't nudge on anything. On other dash lines in the game, you can nudge and you lose a few frames, but here you just hop in the water, or you stop. Good read by Two Stop. Oh, looks like he's going to be hurting here because of a little slow movement. I think he should have been able to beat that Zora on the left, maybe if he'd cut the dash earlier. Anyway, entering ice 3.5 hearts down is not ideal, so it'll be interesting to see how he handles this dungeon. I would not be surprised to see Two Stop powdering the fairy or the anti-fairy towards the end of the dungeon.
Yeah, definitely. I did see him partaking in some cold stare practice before this run.
That's always important.
And for the stuff that Poppy's already done, not too terribly far behind.
So you see Poppy going for the safer dash on that screen. Loses maybe 40 frames optimally. I don't remember, but not a whole lot. And it's much safer. Oof. Okay, Two Stop gets a nice 2-bomb bombable floor room, but down yet another heart.
Alright, and this is a bomb jump coming up that basically circumvents the puzzle of this dungeon. So you don't have to make your way all the way back around everything again. This is the Ice Palace bomb jump.
Sorry.
Was it
the good gaming from Two Stop? That was a pretty dangerous.
I think we got it. Yeah.
Yes.
Huge skip in this dungeon.
It probably saves 90 seconds. I don't know. I've never run like true glitchless in this game, but
yeah,
it's as a okay. He doesn't realize that you need to spin those. Okay, so he will definitely be grabbing the anti-parry.
If he doesn't, he's a madman.
He's not that mad. He has a healthy fear of cold stare.
As we all should.
Amen. Meanwhile, Papi making his way. This is really the last screen that is dangerous before Ice Palace. I would not be surprised to see him use a fire rod shot here. Nope, beams, which isn't going to do enough. Okay, you need to beam twice, I believe.
Yeah.
But I would just use a fire rod shot there and grab the magic later. So, Two Stop did grab the fairy. So we should be comfy now. Welcome in, Raiders from ZSR.
Oh no! Okay, we're good. I thought we were low on magic. Yeah, welcome in. We are in Ice Palace. Papi has done a little bit more shopping than Two Stop, and we are about to hopefully defeat Cold Stare.
Okay, this is not good. Okay, at this point, the quick kill is gone, and Two Stop just has to game.
What do you feel in this moment right now? Because I feel a physical
sheer
convulsion.
Panic and dread, yes. This is like the moment when you sit down in like class and you realize there's a quiz on something and you didn't. This is that feeling.
My body is tense.
Oh no!
I feel sick just watching.
I feel sick just watching too.
I'm sorry we're not commenting on Papi's gameplay right now. It seems to be making his way. Okay, we're
Oh
we're
my
through.
goodness!
All right, now we can focus on.
Yes, what nonsense gaming. Anyway, Papi has had what appears to be a really uneventful Ice Palace.
Yep.
Having beams going into conveyor is very nice. Two Stop takes a healthy sip of water. Oh my goodness. Okay, that bomb jump did not look good. So we'll see if the second try. This should be good.
That looks good, yeah.
Yes, okay.
It's fine. You can,
Okay.
what I like to do is grab the bottom wall if I'm a little slow in this room. Just take the hit. But understandably want to avoid damage.
Interesting penguin lineup setup for Papi, but
Yeah,
gets through the room really quickly.
Right, this should be where Two Stop does most of his shopping, I believe.
Two Stop does Long Swamp, so he will be grabbing Ether Medallion and Ice Rod during the split. And reminder, Papi already has both of those items. So at the end of this dungeon, we will have a better idea of their relative positioning in this race.
All right, Papi not going. They do have
yes,
a fairy
Papi has
in a bottle.
So
Okay,
I respect this play
good.
for sure. Oh wait, did they bottle a fairy?
Yeah, they bottled the Thebes standing fairy.
Gotcha,
They didn't collect
okay.
it; they bottled it.
Makes sense. So yeah, let's see what this Cold Stare fight looks like.
All right, going
For a
six
6 strategy.
Two of them down. It's way safer when there's less of them.
Yeah, this should be pretty straightforward cleanup.
Yep.
A very good fight. And that will save a pretty decent bit of time. Our runners might be virtually tied at this point.
I think so. Because it's pretty much get the Ice Rod flute to 4.
Yeah, when they land at Link's house, is really our next
time difference.
checkpoint. Yep.
Yeah. I think, yeah, Two-Stop is out of bombs, and he needs some, right?
Yes, we're going to be converged Doom Tap aside from Silvers, which I will let just go on their own because in theory, Poppy's Ganon fight should be quicker, but
yeah,
we'll see. So Two-Stop lands at 103.53.
Yeah.
And we will see shortly how far behind Poppy is. Looks like it'll be right around 20-25 seconds.
We're going to Mire.
25 seconds. So that's right. Yes. Poppy will get... Or we'll do Mire first to make the trip to the bomb shop in the Dark World a little bit more
That's
straightforward.
right.
But we're looking at essentially a 25-second lead on Two-Stop side right now. But there is still plenty of game to play. And yes, so our runners are now doing different dungeons. Like I was trying to mention, Poppy essentially is putting off Swamp until the next dungeon in order to do Swamp right before the Gold Sword Silver Arrow pickup. It saves us, I guess, really, like, it saves us a flute trip, more or less. So quite a bit of divergence here. It's going to be a little bit difficult to talk about both runners' routes at the point, or their journey through these dungeons. On Two-Stop side, Swamp Palace involves a lot of backtracking. We do a thing, we hit a switch, we backtrack to where we were, and we hit a switch again, and yeah, we can basically just ignore Swamp. On Poppy's side, Mire has... there's the front half really does not have a lot of danger either.
Yeah, this part is relatively simple.
Like this room coming up, these slugs can be kind of hard to read. I struggle with it for quite a while, and I still get hit sometimes. But the rest of the front half of this dungeon, the movement should be able to be pretty well normalized.
Doing a minor glitch there, being able to shoot the fire rod over the moving blocks, able to circumvent like what's the normal puzzle there.
Yep. Well, that cutscene's going on. We'll see Two-Stop flood a previous room that he was in.
This is definitely a death by 1,000 cuts dungeon. Nothing really hits hard. They just hit a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of enemies here that just sort of float around and can get in your way. Especially if you take 3 seconds to start your dashes. All right, we'll see Poppy going for the safe non-spark gamble dash line here. It's very smart. Also, I'm just now realizing this, but Poppy had a gold ice segment. So
beautiful. Love to see that.
Saved 30 seconds over his personal best run, so huge gaming there.
People getting golds and PBs and stuff in a in a race setting is really cool to me. Because there is added pressure, it is just gaming with friends, but you want to do your best.
Yeah, Poppy skipping a heart that I'm assuming he doesn't worry about because he's probably just planning on powdering the anti-fairy pre-Vitreous. I do not know if Poppy sets up... Oh, he does go for Spooky, okay. I think he got it, so we should see an attempt at Spooky Action Glitch here. This is where he will use the fire rod, but he set up a variable such that, see, the like splash damage. I don't think we got it. Nope, there it is.
Oh, we got it. Oh,
so
okay.
the splash
And I was
damage
scared.
from the fire rod was displaced essentially a full screen above him, and hit the switch to pull these blocks down. Did the same thing there to pull those blocks down. And we'll do it one final time here to hit the switch that you can see at the top of our screen. Beautifully done. That'll save about 8-9 seconds over 2-stop, who does not do spooky action.
All right, into the viddy fight.
This is another fight that's sort of, I would say, semi-scripted. You have to make a couple
depending on
reads.
some bad RNGs.
Yeah, Doomtap pointing out that Papi only has 7 arrows. I do not know if he realizes this. We will find out. Oh, down to 4 arrows.
And then 4 spins, right?
I believe so. Okay, he does realize it. Okay,
Oh, 2 spins. Never mind.
I guess it'd be 4 slashes, probably.
Yeah. Damage tables.
All right. Meanwhile, 2-stop entering the boss chamber for the Swamp Palace. So 2-stop goes for a very difficult Argus
What a madman. What the?
and gets it. That is a very difficult strategy. It is extremely rare to see somebody with a 130 PB.
No, that's what I'm
like
saying.
What a gamer.
I love that. I'm going to get him to coach me.
What a gamer. 2-stop has a history of he's new to this game, but he has speedrun other games, including Yoshi's Island and Mega Man X. So he's no slouch when it comes to speedrunning. And
he's also a rhythm gamer, right?
That's true. Yep. That's
true. I would say that stuff like that is probably beneficial.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Papi heading over to Swamp now. Again, nigh impossible to say where. At least I thought we were heading.
We gotta go to Dark World. I think that we have forgotten to go to Dark World.
There we go. Okay. So he figured it. Okay, we're not taking the best route there, but we did figure it out. Anyway, it's really difficult to say where we are in terms of who's ahead and who's behind at this point. Not even going to try until both runners have finished these dungeons. But
I would say entering TR would be a good point, I think.
When they land on the mountain, I would say.
Yeah.
But even that is a sort of flawed comparison because Papi will have silvers at that point.
Yeah, and a stronger sword.
Yep. So, but that will be our next best place to compare.
Alright, basically just swapping dungeons now. To stop having the added benefit of having hookshot in this dungeon, which speeds up a couple of rooms. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. Great Mire too from 2-stop.
Yep, very nice. Yes, Bleevy, Papi did Mire before Swamp. He will be picking up golds and silvers, or gold and silvers. Yeah, 2-stop grabbed all the arrows that were in pod. You know, I mean all the arrows that were in pod.
What we call marathon safety.
That's right. Okay, that was a little sketchy.
We made it.
We're fine.
Be making his way through Swamp. Pretty much no issues.
Yeah. While we have the chance, quick timing check on both runners. Papi, after Meyer, was 8.8 seconds behind PB. Two Stop after Swamp was 38 seconds ahead of PB. So PB is still on the table for both runners. And both runners playing extremely well for a race setting.
All right, we hit the switch. Yeah, this is one of those rooms coming up. It's just a very minor thing, but you can use the hook shot here to get across this gap instead of dashing across.
Yeah. You also get to use hookshot 2 screens from now, I guess. Which makes that room a little bit safer, I would say, even.
Yeah, Papi had a very interesting strat. You're talking about the Wiz room.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, had a interesting strat of like going a little high and then Two Stop did the same thing. Yep. Why are we skipping hearts? Yeah, right. Not going for spooky.
Yeah, Two Stop doesn't go for spooky action glitch yet. So we will see the intended way to solve these puzzles, these switches. Or unintended way, I guess.
Papi collecting their hook shot.
Little fire snake kiss there. All right, and Two Stop in the Vitreous fight now.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, some movement looked a little strange there.
This, I believe, is not a fight that he has really sort of learned the script on.
Gotcha. I believe he's okay.
Certainly from... Oh, boy.
From gamer sounds. No! Okay. Great emote.
It really is.
All right, we're alive. Just don't walk into the goo before he's dead. Yes, Levy, right. I forgot that was a different amount of health.
Was never concerned. I was low concerned.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Papi working his way through the Argus Knights. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he should just do what Two Stop did.
Looks like that was a 2-cycle, I believe, Argus.
Yeah, I think so. So we are...
But makes it out just
pretty close.
I would say I think Two Stop is probably a little bit ahead because I do not think that Papi will make up all the time that it takes to get silver arrows. Obviously, getting silver arrows and not dying is faster than not getting silver arrows and dying.
Yeah.
But if both runners execute the strats that they have prepared, I believe that Two Stop is just a little bit ahead right now, but it is difficult to really say that. It will, as usual, all come down to Turtle Rock, Ganon's Tower, and the Ganon fight.
And let me tell you, races can come down to the Ganon fight.
Absolutely. I think Fox, whoever finishes in the least amount of time is going to end up being the winner today.
I'm sorry, that broke me.
Oh. All right, 2-stop. Yeah, there he goes. That's a convenient workaround for that problem.
We visit Ravio to get the big bomb. Using a bit of tech you don't see in NMG a lot, being able to hook and really quickly dash, and then you can dash with followers because of that, like the big bomb and purple chests and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really not tech you see very much in this category.
You can also have the same effect by taking damage, but of course that's probably not ideal.
Less than desirable. All right, meanwhile, 2-stop entering Turtle Rock. This is a dungeon that I would consider like a bunch of difficult rooms connected by very easy auto-scroller platform set like rooms. But it's really just a little string of pretty difficult rooms. Coming up on the first one here, this is the roller room. 2-stop will try a strategy that lets him get through, and he's already messed it up. But the ideal is that you take one damage boost there, and then get out quickly. Taking a very safe mirror here, which is very smart.
Papi now making his way to the mountain and following in 2-stop's footsteps into Turtle Rock.
So here is the first place that we could get. I think we got a poke. Yep. So here's the place that we get that fairy that we've been saving up since Aga Tower, near on 50 minutes ago.
Kind of got into the Chain Chomp's face a little bit.
Okay, this is a pattern that he's not familiar with.
Yeah, just kind of have to bait them, go around.
He really should probably hit the switch before he does anything. Yeah.
Aww.
Okay. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's just fine. I think this death probably only costs maybe 30 or 40 seconds.
Yeah.
I want to say 40.
Probably a little more since there was some a little bit of flailing alone.
The flailing is a whole different story.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the point of the death, I think we probably lost ourselves 40 seconds.
I've never seen that berry up there. Alright, make it through.
Now that is how the room is supposed to look. I imagine we might see a powder here as well. Nope. Okay. We're just gonna game.
Maybe the quad. Oh, okay, never mind.
Alright. I prefer that first anti-fairy if I'm going to powder anything. It's a pretty easy one to hit.
I've actually died to the 4 anti-fairies trying to powder them, so
yeah. When like you miss one of them and it hits you before the fairy does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. This is not going to
get bunny beam. This is
Yep.
This is not ideal.
Meanwhile, Papi trying to
I would probably
roller room and Papi with a really good roller room. We'll see if he mirrors out still. He does. Just a really fast, safe roller room from Papi. Definitely making up some time here in this dungeon.
2-stop taking another death, unfortunately.
Yeah, and this death is quite a bit more costly.
Now we're neck and neck.
Big key, did he?
No.
No. Okay. So yeah, definitely some nerves hitting 2-stop. And yeah, we are now neck and neck. In fact, you could definitely, I would say Papi with a slight lead at this point.
Yeah, it just has to execute the Chomp's room as opposed to walking around.
That's true. That's true.
So now we're flipped again.
Yep.
But just because of that.
Well, but again, like, you know, Poppy has gold and silvers, so I would still say, even like in a virtual tie, I would put Poppy ahead.
Yeah.
So, but making up the time loss that you incurred getting gold and silvers is a huge sort of, like, you know, milestone in the race.
All right, let's see. Poki's won.
Okay,
The hardest
difficult
RNG.
and
Yeah.
he's trying to run away from the bunny beam.
Yeah, that's smart.
That is smart. Probably should have done that a while ago.
Probably.
I wonder if seeing the full magic refill caused him to think about that.
Maybe. Wonder if he's going to grab a anti-fairy on the way out. I think I probably would in a race setting. Yeah. Just get them all.
We have Poppy entering Pokies 2 here. I love that strat.
That's a great strat. Yeah. It kind of gives you like time to get that bunny beam as well, without it costing you too much.
Oof. To start going for a squeeze that he doesn't get. Yeah, we're really seeing what I was saying before, sort of the difficulty of these rooms. It's really just a big grab bag of pretty difficult technical rooms.
They kind of mess up in a similar way.
Yeah. Two Stop wishes he'd hit that switch already, I'm sure.
He might be banking on that anti-fairy.
That's true. That's true.
I don't think he hit the switch.
I couldn't tell. Oh, he knows. Okay. He's going back for it. This is a TR I'm sure he would like to take back. All right, we have laser skip coming up on Poppy's side. Nicely done.
Yeah, great.
This skip saves a lot of time. Even falling off there is just fine. But without that skip, we would need to get the mirror shield to get that small key.
Oh no, I missed the
That's
death.
a death. That really hurts. I missed it too, to be honest. I was looking at Poppy's screen. I wonder if it was around laser skip?
Yeah, TR can be brutal.
So he doesn't have a small key, so I'm guessing he still needs to do laser skip.
Yeah. Poppy having Gold Sword makes the Trinex fight a little faster, actually.
It does. It does.
Even though the cost of actually going to get it doesn't really save time in that sense. In a race sense, it's definitely saving time.
A little surprised Two Stop's not going for some fire rod strats here. Okay. Nice fairy drop. I think that means he's wrapped the pack, which is probably not a good thing because it means he's killed so many Pokies.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I guess now he knows that he's not going to need that anti-fairy, or he hopes. Alright, so that was the 7th crystal for Poppy. That was a gold turtle rock, by the way.
Sure
Very nicely done. Gold turtle rock in a race is huge. So he is on his way to Ganon's Tower, which is the final like dungeon in the game, and it is pretty big, and it is very hard. So we get to use a lot of the stuff that we learned throughout the game. We get to use, I would say, almost all of our equipment. It's a really good sort of finale. All right. And with that, Two-Stop finally is making his way over to the Trinex fight.
Papi doesn't get this key. Interesting.
Papi does not. He mains powdering the fairies in that room and just walks right through. Or
that makes sense.
It does. It does make sense. Yeah, basically in GT, what we're trying to do is work our way down the basement until we can grab the dungeon's bid key. We'll mirror back at that point, and then we will climb a bunch of rooms and try to get to the final boss of this dungeon, which is Aghanim yet again. We'll have refights of the first 3 bosses in the game: the Armos, the Lamos, and the Moldorm fight. Let's see. Papi has 10 arrows, but it should be fine because they are silver arrows.
Yeah. Nice warp skip.
And he'll pick up 5 coming up, so he'll have a comfy number. We'll see what he does in the Abominable Floor Room.
We got rid of a bomb, I guess, to go ahead and get it to...
Oh, brilliant. And he's going to powder here. I love that. So using the last bomb puts him on powder.
Yep.
Which makes the powder free.
Good kill.
Nice Ice Armos fight.
Alright, picking up some extra arrows, which I like.
I would say that with silvers, those arrows I would consider a safety, but
yeah, for
definitely
sure.
in a race setting, it's quite comfy. I don't know if our runners are watching each other's feeds today, but at this point, Papi is probably willing to do anything safe that keeps him from, falling into an actual disaster.
We have as many arrows as we could ever ask for.
Yes, Papi is plus 11 off of PB. He's had a couple golds that have been pretty huge time saves.
This is a fairly hard room to execute. Not getting the quick cycle in there, but it's okay. We are out of there.
So Papi's now in the Gauntlet, which is a series of kill rooms. We need to kill all the enemies in each of these rooms before we can advance. None of these rooms really have true, what I would call quick kill strats. There are strategies that you use in these rooms, but you still need to do a lot of RNG reading and sort of just reacting to the patterns that the enemies present to you. We've lost quite a bit of health, but with powder, this should probably not be a huge deal.
And a fairy still.
That's true. We do still have a fairy. In a bottle, at that.
Probably want to save it for Ganon.
That's true. Okay. Two-Stop grabs some arrows he doesn't need. Two-Stop mains grabbing those arrows. It's one of those things where if you can pick one strat to know there, you might as well grab a strat that lets you grab the resources. I miss the Lambo fight on Poppy's side. I assume he used silver arrows?
I actually missed that too. I saw that it was very quick.
Yeah,
Especially with the
it
gold
was.
sword.
He did not use
Spins and
silver arrows.
slashes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Gotcha. Okay. Two-stop working through mimics. Just a little bit off. I hope this doesn't... Yep, so he works through just fine. So Poppy will use his final bomb here, which will put him on powder.
Just take it to the face.
Yeah, very safe there. It's possible to have that bomb end up like on the wall pixel and not on the conveyor. Awkward things can happen, but I like that strat when you're moving right into powder. It makes a lot of sense.
I'm actually taking a safety here.
Yeah, this is not one he usually grabs, but low on health, so grabbing some relatively cheap fairies. 10 seconds, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Poppy cleans up Moldorm 2 very quickly with Gold Sword. I believe it's just 2 slashes. And then coming up on one of the hardest fights in the game, part 2. I would say this is like the Landmo of the Dark World.
Yeah, for sure.
It is a difficult fight where there are 3 copies of Aghanim. Each of them will shoot some kind of balls, and you have to reflect them back at specifically. Well, not that one.
Yeah,
but the one that has the darker shadow. And this is a hard fight to do quickly.
Good one cycle Landmo 2.
Yes, very nicely done. Picking up a little bit of safety magic.
All right, Poppy.
With a strong Ganon kill, Poppy is within reach of PB at this point.
Yeah, definitely. And now we enter the Ganon fight.
Lands. Oh, never mind. Poppy is 11 seconds ahead of PB. He is definitely on pace as long as he doesn't have any disasters here.
I love League
the fight
PBs.
is a good bit comfier with Gold Sword. I think he's playing quite aggressively, knowing that he has that ball. He's trying to get out of phases 1 and 2 as quickly as possible. I believe
Does take the death. Which I don't think throws away the PB, to be honest.
I do not think so either.
Yep, we have a fairy. Alright. Two-stop making his way to Moldorm 2. Which can be a fun fight. But no fun today. Very quick.
Alright, that was the last hit in phase 3 on Poppy's side. Now it'll come down to how he can time out these silver arrows. And his usage of the fire rod here.
Missing torch glitch is totally fine.
He should probably try to shoot from the right. He does.
Yeah.
Oh, he should have probably gone for
you can go for a double there.
Yeah.
You can actually get a triple sometimes. Uh-oh.
I think he was trying to get the torch lit in a way that would give him easy access to Ganon, and then got a little spooked by the bat. Okay, this should be the last hit.
This is it.
Okay. It looks like we are going to have a PB.
It does. GG to Poppy. for a league race win and looks like a healthy about 10-second PB.
Yep. Papi with a live split time of 1:38:37. He has a race time of 1:38:54. GG's in chat for Papi. Meanwhile, Two Stop drops into the Dan fight. We're going to see a different fight here with Two Stop. Oh, I did not know if Two Stop prepared. He's just going to
the Doom Ganon.
Yep.
We're still gaming.
Oh, not quite. I think he was about ready to grab it too.
Yeah. That's when you're not expecting that. That's tough.
Yeah, I do not think that's a pattern that he's practiced. But dropping in after what is a relatively cheap death there, the nice thing is he didn't get to the point where he was using any magic yet.
Yeah, exactly.
That's unfortunate. Okay.
Just taking
almost better to do that and to finish out strong.
All right, chat. Lend to stop your power.
All right, got the double spin here. Okay, this should be a good bit comfier than the previous pattern.
Yeah, I like this one. Get an extra slash. I think you're one short. Nope.
No, he's good. I think he had one too many.
Okay.
He got 3 on 3 dashes on little dash cycle.
Don't shame me for not counting.
Getting all the warps out of the way. All right.
Oh, I love it. Good use of the hook shot there.
So we have torch glitch. By lighting the left torch before the right torch goes out, the right torch will never go out.
Hello?
And we are joined by Papi.
GG.
GG.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Hold on. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
You might not can hear us.
You might not be able to hear us.
Papi,
if you can hear us, let us know. Okay, nice, nice tape spin from Two Stop there.
Beautiful.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. Oh,
wow.
Little Discord.
And that will be the end of the run for Two Stop. GG is in chat for Two Stop.
GG Two Stop.
He will be finishing with a race time of 1:42:16.
Beautiful.
Yeah, great run. Great run.
Yeah, that
Kept me on my toes.
Yeah, that was a great race.
Yes. Yeah, I had a lot of nerves in the beginning. Yeah, a lot of nerves in the beginning, and I finally settled down.
Okay, still working on getting the runner's invoice. I don't know if we'll be joined by Two Stop or not.
Okay.
Do you want me to pop into his chat and ask?
Sure.
Okay.
He might not know where to go. This is his first time on ZSR.
Same.
Oh, he's in emote only mode. Unfortunately,
right.
I can possibly.
Papi, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hey, GG! Congrats on the win, and congrats on the PB.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I didn't expect that. All I wanted to do was just win the race, finish it.
Well, you played a really strong game. Do you have any Any thoughts on your run today?
I think the biggest issue I had was just nerves the first time, and then once I got started, I just settled. And I was watching Two Stop, and I seen some red, and I was like, you know what, I might make it. Let's just keep going. And then I seen a couple more red in T Rock, and I was like, whoa, he's having trouble in chomps. Let's catch up.
Yeah, that
And
was TR
that
was
helped.
definitely yeah, TR was the turning point for the race for sure. You kept it
Yes.
very close throughout. Two Stop was a little bit ahead entering Turtle Rock, although it was hard to say how much of that was the silvers and the golds, which would
Right.
then save you some time later. But yeah, you had a very good TR. We noticed Turtle Rock, so that was really where it turned around for you. But we
Thank
just noticed
goodness.
a lot of safe strats executed, and we did see some of those nerves early on. I know that the
Well,
Moldorm fight was a journey, but it seemed like you settled down for the dark.
yeah. Once I got to Dark World, I was fine. I was just nervous about Light World because I do have trouble with Molderm and, of course, Lamolas. And I don't normally do two pot strategy and escape, but I was like, I'd rather lose a second doing that than a second angle determine the race, but it doesn't escape would. So I was like, I'll
Yeah,
leave it
yeah,
alone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah. Both of you did two pot strategy. An escape.
Yeah,
Lots
it's
of.
my first run, and I wanted to be safe and careful
Mhm.
and try to do best I could, and it worked out pretty good.
Speaking of both of you, we are joined now by Two Stop. GG Two Stop. Can you hear us? We can't hear you yet.
If he can hear me, GG two stop.
There you go.
I know how things go. I'm sure he's being very emotional right now.
Poppy, one thing I wanted to ask you about is what? Oh, is that Two Stop?
Hello?
Hey,
Hey.
GG, sir.
GG's, good game, papi.
Thank you so much. Good GG to you too. You kept me on my toes. That's for sure.
Yeah, very very good race. It was extremely close, really, all the way through. Where I know Two Stop, you had a few disasters. They happen, as we all know. Do you have any
Yeah.
thoughts on the run Two Stop or?
I mean, it was going pretty well, and then got pretty wrecked by blue balls. That was,
Yeah.
And then I think I died a couple times on Skullwoods, and that was not great. Or I died after the mummy room in the dumbest way possible.
Yeah, you died once in Skullwoods. I don't think it cost you that much. It's you just have to redo mummies, but and then Poppy also had some adventures in mummies, so y'all actually were neck and neck right around there. That death really didn't hurt you that much at all.
Oh,
One thing I
nice.
wanted to ask is in Turtle Rock when you were dealing with all of those pokies, I was wondering what made you pull out the fire rod this time, and why didn't you or did you think about pulling it out earlier or using it after that? It seemed like it really worked well for you that one time. But
I heard your voice yelling at me,
Oh, okay.
telling me to take out the fire rod when it goes bad. But
Gotcha.
and I think after the second time, that's when it's at bad point. So good time for the fire rod.
Gotcha. Yeah. Good race from both of you. It was a blast to watch. Really, very close up until the very end. Turtle Rock at least, and very good GTS from both runners as well. So,
Yeah, I was
any more
surprised mine was as
thoughts?
good
Oh,
as it was.
yeah. Any more thoughts, Poppy or Two Stop, on the race?
The biggest thing is this run taught me not to give up. And now
for
I got a very comfortable run. A new set of PBs to run against, and that's
Yeah.
nice. I mean, yeah.
Any thought
Sure enough.
about dropping the bottle and net at this? I'm just curious because it seemed like you didn't really need it.
Yeah,
the Ganon fight.
I'm
Kill the Ganon
considering
fight, yeah.
it. I was
Yeah.
considering after league. I didn't want to do a route change in the middle of league, but
I
I am
completely
considering
understand
it for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured maybe for the races, and then after league, I'll drop it. Original plans when I PB, I'll go ahead, but I didn't expect to PB today. But we'll go for it.
Love to
Definitely
see a
after
league
league.
PB. Love to
Oh,
see
you
a league
PB.
PB.
Congrats on PB. Nice.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, both
Two
runners
stop.
getting
Oh, sorry.
golds.
Spaces. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying both runners getting a ton of gold, seeing a bunch of improvement in this run. So, seeing a bunch of improvement during a race is always cool.
Yeah, huge gaming from both runners for sure. Two stop. Any final thoughts from your side of things?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the run overall. I mean, it was mostly just Turtle Rock that screwed me.
Exactly.
And, like no PB, but 5 mini PBs and an Argus Zero cycle, so it can never be too mad.
Yeah, you kind of just win life by doing that.
Yeah. It was definitely a fun run. And
I had enough magic this time.
Yeah, we were talking about how during Turtle Rock is just a collection of very difficult rooms all put together. So disasters happen.
Yes.
And but y'all made it through. So good game once again.
GG.
Spaces.
GG's. Thank you, commentary and restreamers.
Absolutely. Thank you. And with that, I think we're ready to pass it back to baseball.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for watching today. And thank you to our runners, of course, Papi and Two Stop, and our commentators today, Spaces and Concision. Keep an eye on the NMG Discord for more NMG races. I don't think there's any scheduled at the moment. So yeah, keep an eye on that. And I'm going to send you over to ZSR Main, where they are about to start the Breath of the Wild Master Sword Restricted Tourney Qualifier number 3. So hope you enjoy that, and we'll see you next time. Bye.